employers are infringing on these constitutional rights, the fine for violating our constitutional rights is less than if you fish too many fish.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Anti-worker bosses and politicians got destroyed in a congressional hearing last week when the U.S. Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions convened on the subject of, quote, defending the right of workers to organize unions free from illegal corporate union busting. And so we wanted to share with you some highlights. And first up, we're going to play this clip from AFL-CIO President Liz Shuler. She comes out of the IBEW, where she notes just one of the fundamental problems with labor law, with health and safety standards in this country, is that they are simply not enough to deter businesses from breaking the law. Because all of these violations are mostly just fines. When we're talking about, even if there is even a fine, a lot of times when an employer breaks the law in a union campaign, what's the penalty? They have to put a sticky note on the chalkboard or something, right? That's it. They have to put a note in a place of prominence. A lot of times they don't even have to pay a fine. And so, yes, maybe personally it's embarrassing to have to record a video saying these things, saying that, oh, I broke the law, or post this thing in a place of prominence in your workplace. Maybe that's personally embarrassing, but that is not materially deterring to these entities. And that's a fundamental problem, and she illustrates this really well in the hearing. Let's play this clip.
If employers break the law along the way, they should be penalized with real financial penalties instead of just a slap on the wrist. Because right now, companies are it's a cost of doing business. You know, they hire the union busting consultants and they just bake it into their business model, you know, so there's no deterrent for them to break the law. So the PRO Act would change that. The PRO Act also would give workers access to the back pay, the reinstatement, kind of the notice and posting requirements to show other workers that taking the risk is worth it, that they're not going to be penalized in a way that's going to hurt their livelihoods, which is what's happening right now. And right now you actually get a bigger fine for violating fishing laws in many states than you do for busting unions. So.
A bigger fine for violating fishing laws than for infringing on the constitutional rights of your employees. We're supposed to have a constitutional right in this country to freedom of association, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech. And these employers are infringing on these constitutional rights with impunity. And as she says, the fine for violating our constitutional rights is less than if you fish too many fish. That's ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous that we live in this, that we've allowed this to happen. That should absolutely not be the case. But that's what the folks in power want. They want a system, they want a system where there are no laws restraining their activity, restraining their abuse of us. But if there have to be, they want them to only be fines so they don't have to go in cages like normal people when we break the laws. They only want it to be fines, and they want the fines to be minor so that it can just be a cost of doing business. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.